Hello everyone, welcome back to Educate Bharat. So let's discuss 15 December Indian Express. Let's see what all news articles are important for us. So first is opposition versus government amid demands for Home Minister's statement. Day after security breach, turmoil in Parliament, 14 opposition MPs suspended for remainder of session. So this article is important for our exam. You could get question in the prelims regarding MP's suspension, the provisions or the grounds on which MPs could be suspended. Then also it is important for GS paper 2 under polity section. So question you may get. Then moving forward, another is after troop removal demand, Maldives says ending pact with India on water survey. So this article is important for GS paper 2, that is India's foreign policy. And this is in the context of India-Maldives relationship. So what is going to be the repercussion or the consequences of India-Maldives relationship after ending of this treaty or ending of this pact, not treaty, but the pact. And what this pact had been, that you also need to know. Plus, apart from this, we may also expect the question in the prelim section. Let's suppose if I say in BPSC, you may get the question on this, which of the following country has recently ended its tie with India or naval tie with India? That's Maldives. So this way we can read this article. Then another article is Sensex surges past 70,000 to record high after US Fed pauses and signals cut. So we can read this article that could be important for the prelims. Moving forward, let's see which other articles are important. There is another article on page number 3 in Uttar Pradesh section. In open letter to CJI, women judge alleges sexual harassment, says want to end life. This article is important. We can connect this article with the women-related issues, which is part of GS paper 1 in UPSC. Plus, the emerging issues or the sexual harassment kind of cases, that is creates another ethical matter. So we can also read this in the context of GS paper 4 ethics. Now, moving forward, there is another article which is given on page number 5 in Parliament. So there is article about Rajnath Singh or Defense Minister's statements about the security breach. Amid uproar, Rajnath asked MPs to be cautious about visitors' passes. So this is about the visitors who comes to the parliament to see the proceedings. So now the security team, they have to be very cautious while giving the passes or issuing the passes to the visitors. So this has been passed as a statement by Defense Minister. So you can read that, and we can also add or suffice with the other articles which we have seen on page number 1. Then there is another small article has been given about UAPA charges. So nowadays UAPA charges again it is in the news. So what UAPA is and on what grounds this could be imposed upon, so that you can go through. That could be important for the prelims. Another article on the same page is ISRO to launch Chandrayaan-4 to bring back samples from moon in 4 years, Somnath. Agency chief says Bharatiya Antariksh Station, a space station which will be capable of conducting experiments with the help of robots, will be launched by 2028. This article is very, very important for prelims plus GS paper 3, Science and Technology, SNT. There is one term, Bharatiya Antariksh Station, जैसे International Space Station you might have heard. So on the same line, Bharatiya Antariksh Station is going to be constructed by Indian scientists over the space station, which is going to be start by 2028. So this is important. This article you can read. It is important and relevant for our examinations. Now, moving forward. Then on page number 9, Government and Politics. In Nitish's big investment push, MOUs worth 50,000 crores signed. This article is important for BPSC, prelims we can say, plus it is also important for economy section in the mains paper, GS paper 2, right? So this is important because this is about the another investments which Bihar government could get. So MOU had been signed, which is worth of 50,000. And nowadays, various other developments is also going on. Infrastructure development is going on in Bihar, so that could be important. So what pact had or what sectors had been added in this pact? That is general manufacturing sector, food processing sector, which is called sunrise industry, then information technology. So this is important. Another is Lok Sabha expulsion. Supreme Court to hear Mahua's petition today. So Mahua Moitra case regarding her information exchange. So that is again a security issue related security related issue. Plus, it is also ethical issue. So it is violation of ethical code of conduct. So we can read that article. We can suffice with the other informations and the previous articles. Now, on the editorial section, so there is one quotation is being given: worldly wise, adopt the pace of nature, her secret is patience. So these kind of quotations you can use in your like whenever you write your answer in GS. If environmental related question you get where nature has been talked about, so you can use this quotation. Plus, you can also use this quotation in the essay. If you get any essay in the essay, let's say over the environmental issue, so you can use this. You can write this quotation. So just understand the meaning. Adopt the pace of nature. Her secret is patience. So we deal with the nature, we disturb the nature, but what happens? It doesn't reply. It doesn't retaliate. It just be with the patience. That is what the secret of nature is. So just understand the deep meaning of it, and you can simply utilize this. Now let's see what all editorials are important for us. There is one: protect the house, and anniversary of 2001 terrorist attack, security failure in parliament is a wake-up call. Accountability must be fixed. So this is important. We have seen security related issue is being there. So here, accountability related to what? Accountability related to the house. That is also important in the prelims, in the GS paper 2 and prelim section. Then apart from the security breach, we can suffice. We can read this article in that context. Then there is another one: the nature of the future. At COP 28, acknowledgement that climate change is one part of a larger ecological challenge is a crucial win. There is another article has been given on the same topic, that is a small step. Deal on the fossil fuel at COP 28 is an incremental advance. Challenge will be built on it. So this article, these two articles that could be read together, and we can fetch out what all the outcomes had been, where India is, India has to work upon, where we are lagging or India is lagging. So these things we can fetch from this article. Then another one: breach in the fortress, security lapse in parliament has exposed lack of preparedness. So this is again GS paper 3 issue, internal security matter. What has happened, where we are lacking in the security. So that we can read in that context. Next page, on the ideas page, there is another what the others say. Global Times China had said that in the trade of technology war that US has waged against China, imposing numerous sanctions has failed to achieve the expected results of subduing or overthrowing China, but instead caused complaints from the American companies. So this is the quotation which China or Global Times China had given against America or against America's sanctions imposed on China. So this could also be used as a quotation or as a reference. ठीक है, तो ये भी हम अपने आंसर को ब्यूटिफाई करने के लिए we can refer this. Now let's see what all articles been there. So reservation is oxygen for my uphill journey from the peripheries of society towards the epicenter. What Tavleen Singh doesn't get. अब देखो ये आर्टिकल है जो कि किसी का पर्सनल व्यू है, बट इट इज अबाउट रिजर्वेशन जो कि हमारे पॉलिटी का हिस्सा है, जीएस पेपर 2 का हिस्सा है. ऑन एंड ऑफ रिजर्वेशन इशू बी इन द न्यूज. जैसे अभी बिहार गवर्नमेंट ने 65% रिजर्वेशन को लागू कर दिया, उन्होंने पास कर दिया इस बिल को. तो इसका क्या रेपरकशन हो सकता है, या फिर जो बाकी के जो जनरल कैटेगरी के लोग हैं विच फील समवेयर दैट दे आर ओवरबर्डन, दे आर समहाउ साइड लाइंड. ठीक है, तो ये कुछ इश्यूज हैं जो कि एक सोसाइटी में एक डिविजन क्रिएट करते हैं. बट व्हाट इज दिस रिजर्वेशन ऑल अबाउट, वेदर इट इज अ पॉलिटिकल टूल या फिर ये सच में किसी के अपलिफ्टमेंट के लिए काम करता है. तो दीज थिंग्स वी कैन गेट थ्रू दिस आर्टिकल. ठीक है, हाउ रिजर्वेशन बीन अ सक्सेसफुल provision by the government. So this is what the heading is, reservation is oxygen. तो हम इसको GS पेपर 2 पॉलिटी वाले सेक्शन में पढ़ सकते हैं, राइट। देन जो मैंने 65% रिजर्वेशन वाली बात कही है वो बीपीएससी के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकता है, सो इट इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रीलिम्स। सो दिस इज अप टू यू कि हमारे जब हम कोई भी आर्टिकल पढ़ते हैं तो उसमें क्या प्रीलिम्स के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकता है, क्या मेंस के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकता है। सो दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग वी हैव टू डेवलप ग्रेजुअली। Next article is the only castes that matter. Government's policies are focused on addressing the needs of the poor, youth, women and farmers. They show the path to caste-less society. ये एक बहुत ही अच्छा आर्टिकल है, बहुत ही अच्छे आइडियाज हैं ओवर कास्ट रिलेटेड मैटर्स। सो अगर आप गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी देखोगे नाउअडेज व्हिच गवर्नमेंट इज कमिंग अप, सो ये जीएस पेपर 2 का इंपॉर्टेंट हिस्सा हो सकता है। सो जो आप गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज देखोगे, सो नाउ इट इज फोकसिंग ऑन दीज, right? So what they are trying to do, they are trying to create a caste-less society, right? So this is important to read in the paper 2 section. Now, on the next page, the world page, some articles has been there which you can go through. जैसे एक article है about European Union, Irish PM urges EU, European Union to call for Gaza ceasefire. So European Union का stand है गाजा ceasefire को लेकर के, जो कि अभी हाल ही में UNGA में, यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली में रेजोल्यूशन पास किया था. So what is the stand of EU? That you can read in this article, which could be important for the prelims. Another is evidence yet to be produced. House approves Biden impeachment inquiry. अब ये यूएसए के प्रेसिडेंट की impeachment process का एक आर्टिकल है. So what impeachment process is? अब अगर यूएसए में impeachment हो रहा है तो हो सकता है कि इंडिया में भी impeachment के ऊपर हमसे प्रीलिम से कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ ले. impeachment of president, right? क्योंकि ये यूएसए का कॉन्टेक्स्ट है, इंडिया में अभी तक ऐसा नहीं हुआ है, बट स्टिल अ रिफ्रेशिंग टॉपिक है. सो यू मे गेट right question on this, so that we can read. Then perfect storm of deadly disease in Gaza as war with Israel grinds on. So this article could also be read. हम इसको पढ़ के कुछ important points निकाल सकते हैं या कुछ अपनी information में कुछ add on कर सकते हैं. But ये जो perfect storm है, so what is the context of this perfect storm, that you can read in this article. Now, another is West is to blame for conflict. War will go on unless Kyiv does a deal. Putin. So ये रशिया का stand है over यूक्रेन एंड जो कि ongoing war है between यूक्रेन एंड रशिया. सो अब रशिया जो पुतिन है उन्होंने अपना क्या स्टेटमेंट दिया है, so that is about their future, which is deciding their future. So we can also read this. That's a small article, so we can also go through this. All right, there is one more article, Russian migrant flow, all borders to shut again. तो ये रशिया के जो माइग्रेटिंग या माइग्रेशन जो हो रही है वो उसके कॉन्टेक्स्ट में एक आर्टिकल है. सो यू कैन ऑल्सो रीड दिस. वी कैन suffice it with the previous article, right? So at least we could have some information about Russia's ongoing things, which is very freshly it is going on. Now, on the economy section, one article has been there. As PLI takes center stage, government puts new industrial policy on back burner. New policy was in the works for two years. So what PLI is? That is production linked incentive. The production linked incentive scheme क्या है? How it is helping the manufacturing sector? How it is helping the industrial policies या industrial sectors? So this we can read in this article. यहाँ पर इस बॉक्स में कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन मेंशन्ड है, लाइक न्यू पॉलिसी वाज इन दी वर्क्स फॉर 2 years. So since 2 years this PLI scheme is working on. So draft had been circulated among ministries in December 2022. Scheme which has been launched in March 2020. Now it is to be focal point for boosting manufacturing. So अब manufacturing पे इसको focus करेंगे under the scheme. But experts caution PLI alone may not be enough to make India an attractive investment destination. Successive governments have reiterated the target of bringing the share of manufacturing to 25% of GDP. So ये कुछ important highlights of this article, which is important, very very important for GS paper 3 section, which is economy. तो ये हमारे यूपीएससी का इकोनॉमी के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगा, प्लस हमारे बीपीएससी में भी जो इकोनॉमी का सेक्शन है उसके लिए भी ये इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाएगा. देन हमारे प्रीलिम्स वाले पेपर के लिए भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, जिसमें आपसे पीएलआई स्कीम के बारे में कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन पूछ सकते हैं. Then another article is Artificial Intelligence Summit in New Delhi. Common framework for AI, which is artificial intelligence, welcome, but challenge is to make it truly global experts. अब देखो एक जो artificial intelligence है, so we have too many tools, too many websites like open.ai, Bard, ऐसे ही काफी सारे हमारे पास आज के डेट में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है विच इज अवेलेबल टू अस फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. एट वन क्लिक इट इज अवेलेबल ऑन आवर कमांड. लेकिन इसके कुछ रेपरकशंस हो सकते हैं, कुछ सिक्योरिटी ब्रीच हो सकती हैं, कुछ चैलेंजेस अपीयर हो सकते हैं. दिस हैज बीन हाईलाइटेड बाय द एक्सपर्ट्स. Recently, GPAI meeting or summit had been taken place in New Delhi. तो वो क्या था उस summit में? What declaration had discussed about that you have to go through, जो कि कल के आर्टिकल में, कल के न्यूज़पेपर में ये आर्टिकल था. प्लस आज एक्सपर्ट्स का व्यू है that some challenges may appear. So what are those challenges that you can go through in this article? So this is important. Again, we can keep it in the security section, that is GS paper 3. Then we can keep it in the GS paper 3 only, which is science and tech, right? जो कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से रिलेटेड कुछ क्वेश्चन इस पे पूछ सकते हैं. देन वी कैन ऑल्सो कीप इट इन द प्रीलिम्स सेक्शन. व्हाई प्रीलिम्स? बिकॉज आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं न्यू दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन के बारे में. व्हाट न्यू दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन वाज, राइट? और इन व्हाट कॉन्टेक्स्ट न्यू दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन हैज बीन हेल्ड रिसेंटली. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन यू मे गेट इन द प्रीलिम्स. या फिर आपसे न्यू दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन के कुछ डिटेल्स भी आपको कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स दे देंगे एंड देन यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द करेक्ट वन. सो वेदर इट वाज हेल्ड इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ जियोपॉलिटिक्स, और इट वाज हेल्ड इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, और इट वाज हेल्ड in the context of climate change. So this way you may get the question in the prelims. ठीक है, तो हम इसको इस तरीके से पढ़ सकते हैं. Now some smaller informations are being given on the page, that is insurance penetration levels in India. So India में जो insured population है, that is only 5% population. तो ये एक data हमारे पास है which is important for the prelims. Then another is ADB increases India growth forecast to 6.7%. So this type of question you may get in the prelims paper. ADB का forecast, या फिर बहुत सारे ऐसे organizations है जो कि इंडिया का growth rate को forecast करते हैं. So that is important from prelims point of view. Another one is costlier vegetables drive November WPI inflation to 8-month high. So 8 नवंबर का जो WPI या होलसेल प्राइस इंडेक्स जो था वो काफी हाई रहा. And why it that is why it was there? So reason was vegetable cost that was quite high in the month of November. So ये एक growth है which is monthly, it is being published. So what is the growth of the inflation, how it is impacting the pocket, so that you can see in this. Then there is one term, deflationary zone. So ये deflationary zone, what is the meaning of it, what deflation is? There are some terms like inflation, deflation, disinflation, right? So ये सारे terms हमारे exam के point of view से important होते हैं. And also you can get those terms in your economy book, economic section, right? So this is important for prelims plus GS paper 3. Next, on the explained page, page number 14, one article has been there that at the heart of current market rally, push from retail investors. So this article is important for GS paper 3 economy section. और ये हमारे BPSC में भी economy section के लिए important है. So this is about your money, where people should invest their money, where they should save their money. ठीक है. So this is about at the heart of the current market rally, push for retail investors. So investments like mutual funds has been talked about, foreign portfolios has been talked about, right? क्या क्या उसके हमें cautions रखने चाहिए, या what all signs of cautions have been there, so that you can go through. Next article is this what means asymmetric federalism. So ये asymmetric federalism that could be important in the prelims paper. इसका meaning क्या होता है? In what context asymmetric federalism is being used? अब देखो ये asymmetric federalism क्या है? Like if you see, we have certain states and UTs, but कुछ state हमारे country में ऐसे हैं जिनको special status दिया गया है. Recently, Article 370, which granted special status to Jammu and Kashmir, जिनका बहुत ज़्यादा ही special status था, तो उसको एब्रोगेट कर दिया गया, उसको लेकर के पिटीशंस फाइल की गई, और जो आर्टिकल 370 था उसको अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बताया गया। बट ये ऐसे ही कुछ आर्टिकल्स हैं जिनके तहत कुछ नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स या अदर स्टेट्स उनको स्पेशल स्टेटस दी गई है। बिकॉज ऑफ दिस स्पेशल स्टेटस, दिस टाइप ऑफ फेडरलिज्म इज टू बी कॉल्ड एज asymmetric federalism. So we can suffice this article, asymmetric federalism, with this one, Article 370 verdict and the world. तो इसका वर्डिक्ट क्या हुआ और वर्ल्ड का क्या वो था, पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू था, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी रेड इन दिस आर्टिकल। प्लस व्हाट इज द फेडरलिज्म और असिमेट्रिक फेडरलिज्म इन इंडिया, हाउ इज इट फंक्शनिंग, व्हाट ऑल स्टेट्स आर इन देयर। जैसे कि यहाँ पर आर्टिकल 371A की बात की गई है, जिसमें जो नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स है उनको स्पेशल स्टेटस दिया गया है। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ स्पेशल स्टेटस एंड द ग्राउंड्स टू बी ग्रांटिंग स्पेशल स्टेटस टू द स्टेट्स, सो दैट वी कैन रीड in this article. And this article is important in the context of world's view over Article 370. So हम इसको भी पढ़ सकते हैं, which is important for our examination and understanding. So these are all which is important for our exam. And एक दिन में इतने articles बहुत हैं, आप इनको पढ़ो, and that will definitely help you out to fetch certain useful informations. So thank you so much. That is all. Bye bye. Take care.